Why is she in everything?
Let's get one thing straight right off the bat. I don't dislike Zendaya. She seems perfectly pleasant. She's tall enough to make you wonder if she's secretly a runway model who wandered into acting. She's got a wardrobe that could make a thrift store mannequin jealous. And she can dance in a way that doesn't make you want to change the channel during an award show montage. I'm not here to throw shade. Well, not much shade. I'm here to ask a question that's been gnawing at me like a persistent hangnail. Why is she in everything? I flip on my TV, there she is. I scroll through Netflix, Hulu, or whatever streaming service I've forgotten to cancel, and there she is again. I close my eyes to meditate, seeking inner peace, and somehow she's still there, smirking in a perfectly tailored trench coat. This isn't a rant, it's an observation. A very dry, very exhausted
Observe away.
Let's examine the evidence piece by piece. Like I'm some sort of cultural detective who's had too much coffee and not enough answers. First, there's the Spider-Man franchise. She's MJ in the Tom Holland trilogy, Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home. Fair enough, someone has to play the love interest who's effortlessly cooler than Peter Parker, and Zendaya's got that I could ruin your life, but I'm too busy being iconic. Energy locked down. She's not the traditional Mary Jane Watson from the comics, red hair, bubbly cheerleader vibes, but a reimagined MJ who's aloof, observant, and probably knows your secrets before you do. It works. It's a vibe. But it's also the beginning of a pattern. Then there's Euphoria. Oh, Euphoria. The HBO series where she plays Rue, a teenage drug addict navigating the kind of high school drama that makes Degrassi look like a picnic. She's raw,
a good name for her.
She's messy, she's magnetic.
In a show like that?
She won an Emmy for it. 2, actually. Because apparently 1 wasn't enough to prove she's the real deal. I watch her stumble through episodes, mascara smudged, voice cracking, and I think, okay, she's earning this. But then I check her birth year, 1996, and realize she's 28, not 17. She's pulling off this teen angst so well, I'm starting to wonder if she's secretly a time traveler. It's impressive. It's also another data point in the Zendaya is
I didn't know
everywhere
Daya was 28.
Next up, Dune. Denis Villeneuve's sprawling sci-fi epic, based on Frank Herbert's novel about sandworms and spice, and Timothée Chalamet's cheekbones. Zendaya is Chani, the fierce Fremen warrior who's tough as nails and looks like she could kill you with a glance, or at least make you feel bad about your life choices. She's not in the first film
Checks
much,
out.
just popping up in visions to haunt Paul Atreides like a desert mirage with better eyeliner. But by Dune, Part 2...
If I could call myself a champion, House Targaryen might take me in. So
Put a pin in it.
front and center, fighting, strategizing, and stealing scenes from a cast that includes Oscar Isaac and Javier Bardem. She's perfect for it, stoic yet soulful, commanding yet understated. But here's the thing, I'd barely recovered from seeing her as a strung-out teen in Euphoria, and now she's a sci-fi badass. My brain needs a break. And then there's The Greatest Showman. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
The one where Hugh Jackman sings about circuses and everyone pretends it's historically accurate? Zendaya's in that too, swinging on trapezes as Ann Wheeler, a performer caught in a forbidden romance with Zac Efron. She sings, she dances, she looks like she's having
Why is it
the
forbidden?
time of her life, while the rest of us try to figure out why this movie exists.
Because they're
It's not her
co-workers?
fault. It's a fun flick. If
They
you
didn't
don't
care
think
about
too
that
hard.
back then.
But it's another notch on the Zendaya belt. Another project where she's front and center, inescapable, like a glitter bomb you didn't sign up for. Let's not forget Challengers. This one's more recent, 2024.
Challengers.
Directed by Luca Guadagnino, the guy who gave us Call Me By Your Name. She's Tashi Duncan, a tennis prodigy turned coach who's got 2 guys, Josh O'Connor and Mike Faced, wrapped around her racket. It's sweaty, it's sexy, it's a little unhinged. She's the puppet master, pulling strings while wearing outfits that say, I'm better than you and I know it. I watched it and thought, okay, she's doing something different here. Good for her.
Yeah.
But then I remembered, I just saw her in a desert with a crysknife. Now she's on a tennis court? Is she allowed to take a vacation? I could go on. She's in Malcolm and Marie, a black and white Netflix drama where she argues with John.
You can't be that ignorant to some statements you make when it comes to the internet, especially when a video is only 10 minutes. You could be a little bit more mindful of what you just said. Is she allowed to take a break? I mean, we can just rephrase it. We could just pose the same question to you. Is she allowed to not take a break? The woman is working. She's working. Listen, my whole thing is the moment God opens the door for me, even if God just cracks it. You ever came to someone's house that you come to all the time? You this is like your second home. Like whether you're close with them, you got love for them, whether they're family, and you ever come to the house and they just open it, or they tell you, yeah, I left it open, and when you get there, it's just halfway cracked. It's not even halfway cracked. It's not even. It's barely you can get a finger in there. If you were walking by, you might mess around and not even notice someone had their door open. But that's all someone like me needs. That's all someone like maybe Zendaya needed. Bro, she is running. You run through the door. God gives you an opportunity, a window of opportunity. You run through the door as fast as possible and you don't look back. And you keep running. Hopefully you take some time to settle down and look around how far you've come. Once you're in the house, get comfortable. Make yourself at home. But don't play around on the porch. Don't wait outside questioning, is this the right house? Is it, should I go in? Did he leave it cracked for me? Did someone else leave it cracked? Am I not at the right house? Could this be the run through the door?
Washington for 2 hours and somehow makes it compelling. She's in Space Jam, a new legacy voicing Lola Bunny because even animated rabbits aren't safe from her omnipresence. She's in music videos, fashion campaigns.
She was in Space Jam?
Your dreams if you've watched too much TV
Let's
lately.
go.
I'm half expecting to turn on
She
a
voiced
show
the bunny.
and see her julienning carrots with Gordon
Checks
Ramsay
out.
smirking as he yells about her knife skills. So what's the deal? Why is she in everything? Let's break it down with the kind of detached curiosity you'd use to study a mildly interesting bug. First, she's good. Like, really good.
Indeed.
She's got range. Comedy, drama, action, musicals, you name it. She can cry on cue, deliver a deadpan one-liner, or stare into the distance like she's solving the meaning of life. Directors love her because she's a blank slate who's also a firecracker. Whatever the role needs, she's got
She
it.
has a good stare,
Second,
right?
she's likable. Not in a fake, PR polished way, but in a I'd probably hang out with her if she weren't famous way. She's got that elusive charm that makes you root for her even when she's playing a manipulative tennis queen or a drug-addled teen. Third, she's a cultural fit. Zendaya is the perfect star for the 2020s. Diverse, authentic, a little mysterious. She's not oversharing on social media every 5 minutes,
Right.
starting weird feuds with other celebs.
Right.
She's just there, doing her thing, letting her work speak for itself. Hollywood loves that. Audiences love that. I guess I love that too.
Right.
Even if I'm starting to feel like I'm drowning in Zendaya
You'll come around.
content. She's not forcing her way into the spotlight. She's just standing there, and the spotlight keeps finding her. But here's where the deadpan kicks in. It's getting ridiculous. I can't watch a movie without wondering if she's going to pop up. Is she an Oppenheimer? No. But I wouldn't be shocked
That's
if
a
she
good
were
look
cast
for her.
as woman in background who knows about bombs. Is she in The Bear? Not yet. But give it a season. She'd probably play a chef who's too cool for Carmi. I turn on a nature documentary, expecting David Attenborough to narrate a lion chase, and I brace myself
I'm gonna check
for
that movie
here
out.
we see the majestic Zendaya stalking the savannah, starring in yet another awards contender. It's not paranoia, it's pattern recognition, and she's not even annoying about it. That's the worst part. If she were insufferable, if she were out there posting thirst traps every day or writing
Right.
cryptic tweets like "the moon knows my truth," I
Right.
could at least roll my eyes and move on.
Indeed.
But she's not. She's quiet. She's professional.
She
She's
is.
just living her life, collecting paychecks and accolades.
Doing her
while I
job.
sit here wondering how
Doing her
one
job.
person can be in so many things without
Doing it
cloning
well.
herself. I respect it in a grudging, fine, you win kind of way.
Okay.
She's not making me sick of her. She's just making me tired. Tired of keeping up. Tired of seeing her face and thinking, oh, you again. Maybe it's not her fault. Maybe it's Hollywood's fault. They've decided she's the chosen one. The actor who can carry every franchise, every indie darling, every mid-budget rom-com that needs a boost. She's the Swiss Army knife of leading ladies. Stick her in anything, and it'll probably
That's
work.
one way to put it.
Or maybe it's simpler. She's just really good at auditions. Maybe she walks into a room, reads a line, and casting directors fall over themselves to sign her. We need someone for this gritty crime thriller. Get Zendaya. We need a voice for this animated pigeon. Zendaya. We need a spokesperson for the shampoo commercial. Zendaya, obviously. I don't have the answers. I don't even have the energy to keep asking the questions. All I know is that when the inevitable Zendaya, the documentary drops in 2030, narrated by Zendaya, starring Zendaya, directed by Zendaya, with a cameo from Zendaya as herself, I'll probably watch it. I'll sit there, popcorn in hand, marveling at how she's managed to infiltrate every corner of my entertainment diet without me noticing until it was too late. She's in everything, and I'm just here, taking notes, wondering if I'll ever get a break. Probably not. She's probably already booked for the next decade. And honestly, good for her. I'm too tired to fight it.
At the start of every year, I find myself wandering again, searching.
You don't have to fight it. Literally, you don't have to fight it. And maybe some of your content is satire. Maybe you're just being, maybe that's your way of comedy. But look at someone like that. Well, let's not compare people. Let's compare people to their former selves and to where they're going. Not people against each other. But yeah, there's other ways she could be doing it. And those would be reasons that I feel like I understand someone that says, why do I keep seeing this female? Okay, she's good at acting. But why is she always posting this and always doing that and thirst traps and always looking for attention? She's none of the above. She's doing it her way. That's the beauty of walking through the door God opens for you. You walk in and you can have your way and you could do it your way. And let God lead the way. I had to figure out. I was trying to grab another one. Have your way, do it your way, and I'm like something. Let God lead the way. I don't see how you can't look at her and be motivated. Like, man, if you're like into movies and film and you could see yourself doing that. But furthermore, I don't see how you don't look at her and you're just happy for someone. Like, man, she's doing it. She's doing it without the reaching for drama, and because things happen, bro. People mention your name and you respond, or you throw a sub, and everybody knows they said something about you and it went viral, so that's your way of responding. Things happen, but she's not reaching for that type of BS and drama. She's not doing, and again, we don't tell people how they write their journey. So I don't want to say she's not doing. I'm trying to hold back from saying she's not doing too much. Because who am I to tell someone when they're doing too much? Although we all know and can agree when we feel someone's doing too much. But even if she was, out there doing things that me and you are applauding her for not doing, I wouldn't necessarily say that I can't be happy for her. It's a blessing, and she should keep going. And it should just motivate not only young pretty women just like herself, but young women who want to get into a movie and think to themselves, it's nice that they keep using Zendaya, but is Zendaya getting all these gigs because she's so good and she's as good as they come, which, by the way, she is talented? Or is Zendaya getting all these gigs because there's so many women who look like Zendaya who refuse to go and get and try to get a role? Like women all around the world that are dark, a complexion that's tanner than your average American girl. Where are y'all at? Go. Audition. See what happens. In the meantime, the ones who show up will keep getting booked. My favorite example, and I always forget his name, but is the little man. Little People, the one that played in Elf. When Buddy called him, you're an angry elf. How many roles have we seen that man in? And it's gotten to the point where he took so many little roles. You're reaching, but no pun intended. By the way, he'd find that funny. Like he got like a comedic side to him. A lot of people don't know that about him, but he's funny. But yeah, he took all these little roles that he could, and because he's a little person and it's not like there's 50 little people showing up for all these little people roles. And even when they weren't little people roles, he kept showing up and he kept auditioning and he kept getting these little roles that led him into a position where he got a big role. And he did. I mean, he was the star on a couple movies. He was the guy. It wasn't like, 20 minutes in the movie. It was hours long, a whole length of the movie. He's in and out. And I look at that guy and I think to myself, man, it's funny because I can't imagine how many people look in the mirror, little people, and go, man, they wouldn't hire me. I can't get a movie next to Leonardo DiCaprio. How do you know until you try this? Remember in the Reverend, the woman who she texted her brother and said they're looking for Native American people to try out for this new movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. And I really think hands down that movie is a classic. The moment I seen it, I wanted to watch it again. I didn't watch it again. I watched it the next day. But the only other movie that I can remember in the last couple years doing that for was The Dark Knight with Joker, Heath Ledger. Oh, Heath Ledger passed. Yeah, today would have been his birthday. Or not his birthday, but this marks 18 years, I think. Rest in peace to Heath Ledger. Legendary. But the woman said to her brother, they're looking for a Leonardo DiCaprio movie. And I don't know if he knew who was going to be directing it, but that just makes it even better. But he's a truck driver. You know how easily he could... You know how many texts I get from my sister? Hey, listen, they're doing this reality show. Hey, listen, I'm filling out this application for you. They asked the question, who's your crush? Who's your celebrity crush? This is for like a TV series that they're looking for contestants. Hey, listen, I auditioned you like all the time. And I'm always open to it. I'm always receptive. It's nothing but love, of course. Thank you. And if you need me to help out or finish the application, send it my way. But the point that I'm making is, you know how easy it would have been for him as a truck driver, getting good money, for him to go, they're not going to give me no Leonardo DiCaprio movie? Or for him to look at it and go, I'm not doing that. But he did it. He said, all right, I'll take it. I'll take the time. I'll go audition. And he got the movie. And to go from not being an actor or ever touching a stage in film or cinema to being next to Leonardo DiCaprio, I mean, that speaks volumes. And from there, I don't know if he's still a truck driver. It'd be nice to hear his story. Guys like the everyday guy like me, you, John Berthano, John should have him on the podcast just to hear his story. Even if it's not, you know what I mean, an hour long just about Leonardo DiCaprio, it could be an hour long of that man's story. The fact that he came this far, and what's he doing next, and is he planning on being in any new movies? So I just look at Zendaya and I look at these people and I think, pure motivation is all it should be. What I'm looking for right now is the scene with the guy, so that I can show y'all.
Leonardo DiCaprio ate a real raw bison liver in your mouth.
That's not gonna show you. I'm trying to find A Stranger's Kindness. There we go. This is the guy that we're speaking about.
They do it.
I mean, come on, chat. If that's not motivational to you, then maybe this platform ain't for you. Notice how I left a little bit of hope, right? Maybe. That's how you know. Hey, listen, get ahead and get comfy over here. But no, if the honestly, chat, like that's pure motivation. That's me and you. That's our life story. Working, trying to make things happen, and you go for a movie role and you get accepted, and you're acting. I mean, that man is sitting there acting. He's acting like they're tasting the snow for I don't know, maybe the first time or just because they're bored. But he's acting with no words. That's acting, chat. You want to talk acting? That's acting. And that's the first. That's his debut. All because Big Sis was like, "Yo, you should do it." They're looking for our people. They're asking for our people. The same way they do in many different roles. Hey, listen, we're looking for, Hawaiian people. Uh, Definitely females, preferably, but males are welcome too. Like, bro, too much opportunity is out there for us to just sit back and show up and watch all these movies and let KH get every movie. Every small funny guy that they need, like when writers are writing and they're like, man, this guy, he has to be kind of, short, not too tall. He can't be husky. He's going to be like the goofball, kind of the victim in most cases, but he's funny, so he works his way out of it. Kevin Hart's taking that home every time because nobody else is going for it. Now, mind you, within reason. We're not, we got common sense here, right? We understand that Kevin Hart is so, at a level so big in his career where roles are being written for him. They're ushering him into, hey, listen, come over here. We'll work on this movie with us. So yeah, it's a little different now. But what I'm saying is, take these faces, take these names, ZENDAYA, and move 4 or 5 spaces ago, move 4 or 5 years ago, and you could pay attention to their pieces and where they've been moving their pieces. Well, how did they get there? Because they were out there, they were available. A lot of y'all got talent. A lot of y'all are gifted. A lot of y'all got charisma. A lot of y'all are funny. A lot of y'all could be the Jonah Hill who, he goes and meets, with his friends. He's just hanging out with his friends at school, and they take him to their home. And their father is Dustin Hoffman, an actor, a well-known actor. And Hoffman's children bring him and say, hey, this is Jonah. He says he wants to be in movies. And they get him in a role. And he ends up playing alongside with Leonardo DiCaprio in a great movie with Martin Scorsese. I mean, are you kidding me, chat? Are you kidding me? A young guy who said, I can do that. I want to do that. Doesn't even have to be I can. I want to do it. You want to do it? Go do it. We'll figure out the rest along the way. And see where this thing takes you. Jonah Hill has played alongside Brad Pitt in Moneyball and can hold his own. It's not like he's out there looking. These guys are holding their own. So what makes you think you can't do it? And what makes you think it won't go work in your favor? You never know. So this is just motivation. But again, I don't know. Maybe the whole point of his video is to be like semi-funny and kind of contradict himself and just show love to these actors and actresses. That's how I'm going to take it, because I don't think he's actually bummed about Zendaya knocking him out the park one by one. But I am going to go watch that movie. That movie looked way too interesting. Those scenes you were showing with her, I don't know, you were saying something along the lines of playing tennis. I think I've seen a preview of that. If she ended up kissing both guys, like, that's the way you explained it. That she's got these guys kind of doing what she wants, kind of stringing them along. So I don't know if that's the movie where she's like back and forth with 2 different guys. I think I seen a trailer of that about 2 years ago, maybe less than that. But yeah, I should check that one out. I still actually haven't seen some of her work, a lot of her work. Alright, chat. Out. Get out.